Hello everyone. In the last video, we have written a simple Python code to plot a cosine signal. Okay. So if you notice, we have imported various keywords or comments from the matplot library.pyplot. Okay. So still we are going to import many commands. Okay. So in order to so every time we need to write that command what we are importing from this particular library. So instead what you can do, you can add a star here. The code will work finally. So it imports all the required keywords. It imports all the keywords from the matplot.pyplot library. Okay, so this is the point I want to convey. See, now I want to plot some function. Minus x square plus 4x minus 5. I want to plot this particular function versus x. So where x is from 0 to 2 pi. X is from 0 to 2 pi. I want to plot this particular function. So let me write a code. So already I have linspace 0 to 2 pi. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plot a function minus x square. So x star x minus x square plus 4x. So 4 star x minus x square plus 4x minus 5. So x label is x, y label is minus x square plus 4x minus 5. Title is x versus. I think everything we have done. Let me execute this. Let me close the previous figure. You just see, I'm just getting a required parabolic function. X axis it is x, y axis minus x square plus 4x minus 5. The title. But if you see here we have x square, it is not represented in y label under the title. That x square is not represented in math mode. So you can use the latex here, so that this will look like math. So what you can do, you can go for, you just add a dollar before and at the end. Similarly wherever required, so it will become math mode. It will become math mode. Now let me execute. You just see minus x square plus 4x 5 x, it has become x square. Versus minus x square plus 4x minus 5 x versus minus x square plus 4x minus 5. Okay, so in order to use LaTeX like math mode, we need to add dollars. Okay, so you can save the figure. I don't want to use save figure now. Okay, let me comment that particular line. Okay, so next one, if you see this particular figure, whatever generated, it is okay, it has the x value, okay, from 0 to 2 pi, which is 6.28, something like this. I want to adjust the x-axis so that, okay, it will start from -2 and it will end at 4. Okay, it has to start from -2 and it should end at 4. I don't want these portions. I don't want these portions. I want to modify the graph, something like this. So for that, there is a built-in command, xlim. Okay, you need to give the minimum value of x and the maximum value of x. Xmin, xmax. Okay, xmin, xmax. So let me try this. Xlim, okay, -2,4. You just see this figure. Now it is from 0 to 6. Let me execute the code. You just see the graph as okay, it is cropped from -2 to 4. Okay, similarly earlier the y-axis is -20 to, okay, -3, something like this. Okay, -2.5. I don't want this particular thing. I want up to 0. Okay, -20 to 0. -20 to 0. Let me check. Yeah, -18 to 0. It's not -20. -18 to 0. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm doing, ylim. Okay, that will limit the y-axis. Minimum value of y is -18. Maximum value of y is 0. Okay. Let me execute. You just see -18 to 0. The graph has come. Okay. So about this saving, already we have discussed. You can save this okay, using save figure function. You can give a separate, okay, you can give the root, okay, where it can be stored. Then other than PNG, you can store it in EPS format, PDF format, JPG format, whatever like your, okay, you can save it. Okay, then we will discuss about the annotation. Okay, we'll just discuss about this annotation. I know that this particular parabolic function, okay, it is maximum at 2. Okay, so at 2 it is reaching the maximum value of -1. I know this. So I just want to mention that. I just want to annotate. So the syntax is, the keyword is annotate. So whatever you want to write here, that you just write in string format within single quotes. Then you need to give the xy location. Okay, xy is equal to, within the round bracket, you need to give what is the x location and y location. Okay, so let me use annotate. Okay, I want to tell that it is having the local maximum, okay, comma xy is equal to 2, -1. Okay, let me execute this part. Okay, you can see at 2, -1. Okay, whatever I want to give, that is available, local maximum. Okay, local maximum. See, now I just want to go for more than one plot. Okay, I just want to go for more than one plot. By default, okay, the plots are overlaid in Python. Okay, the plots are overlaid. Whereas in MATLAB, if I plot one plot like this, if I go for the second plot like this, what happens? Only the recent plot, okay, that captures the figure window. The old figures and all will go. Whereas here it's not like that. There in MATLAB, I'll be using hold on, the command something like hold on to retain the previous figures. But here it is not required. Automatically the plots are overlaid. Okay. So what I'm doing, I don't want all this thing. Let me comment this. So what I'm doing, you can whatever the portions you don't want, okay, you just add triple quotes. Okay, you just add triple quotes. Okay, now I want to plot a sine signal and cosine signal. So x comma cosine of x, okay, with some color, red color. Okay, then the next plot x comma sine of x. Okay, let me give some color, green. Okay, execute. Okay, sine is not defined. Let me define sine. Okay, let me import sine. Okay, I have to close the previous figures. Yeah, by default the plots, okay, they are overlaid in one figure window. The plots are overlaid. Okay, you can see both the cosine signal as well as sinusoidal signal. Okay, so this is one thing. Then if you want to differentiate, okay, what about the first figure, okay, and second figure, or what is the figure that is drawn with red color? Okay, what is the figure that is drawn with green color? Okay, similar to MATLAB. Okay, similar to MATLAB, here we have the legend command. Okay, so how we need to define means, like an array, we need to give legend, round bracket, then okay, normal brackets, then then square bracket. Within that, in string format, you need to give whatever the label you want to give, that you have to give here. Okay, so what I'm doing, let me close this. Legend, okay, square bracket. First figure is cosine of x, comma, second figure is sine of x. Okay, sine of x. Let me execute this. You just see that legend has appeared. The red one is cosine signal. Okay, the green one is sinusoidal signal. Okay, very simple. See, again you can decide the location, okay, where you want to add this legend. 0 means, okay, the best position according to the figure. Suppose I want the legend, okay, in the center, I can use the location code 10. Okay, something like this. This is the additional argument. Okay, LOC is equal to 10. So let me try that. Comma, location code is equal to 10. You just see in the center, okay, the legend has come. In the similar way, we can try. For example, I just want center right. Okay, let me use 7. Center right. You just see center right. It has come in the center right. Okay, so like this, these are various location codes. You can use the legend, okay, wherever required. Then grid, okay, for some cases you need to add a grid, okay, for the figures to easily see the data points. You can add the grids, okay, grids in the figures. So what you need to do, So this is the signature of the grid. So basically you need to give the boolean one. This B is boolean one. If I give true, grid will be added. If I give false, no grids. Okay. Then the important thing is this axis. Axis, you just see, you can add grids for both axes, or x-axis alone or y-axis alone. Additionally, you can decide, okay, what is the color of the grid, what is the line style, what is the line width, all these things you can decide. Okay. For example, let me add a grid. So let me add grid. Okay, I'm just adding the boolean true, grid true. You just see automatically the grid is added. Okay, automatically grid is added. Okay, suppose I want only grid in the x-axis. Okay, so I can additionally add axis within double quotes x. Let me execute. Okay, you can notice the grids are added only for the x-axis. Okay, or if you want for y-axis, you just give axis is equal to y. Okay, in the y-axis alone it is added. If you don't give anything, by default it adds both, or you can also specify both. Okay, in both the axes the grids are added. Okay, then you can go for color. Okay, you can decide the color. Suppose let me give, I don't want axis, let me give color is equal to red. You just see, you can notice red color here. Okay, you can choose the color. Okay, other than color, you can also decide line style, line width. Okay, suppose I want this particular line style. Okay, there are various line styles available. Say for I just want hyphen dot. Okay, that also I can do it. Line style. Okay, hyphen dot. Okay, let me try this. You just see with the dot and hyphen. Okay, the line is coming. Instead of red color, let me use green color. Green already I used. Let me use yellow color. You just see with yellow color. Similarly, you can also change the line width. Okay, line width. Okay, line width is equal to 3. Let me try with this. You just see the line width, it is increasing. Okay, see, then I don't want figures to overlay. I just want individual figures. Okay, I just want individual figures. Then there are some keywords figure. Okay, you can give the figure number, first figure, second figure, something like this. Okay, okay, so what I'm doing, before the first figure, I'm just adding figure. Say for example, I'm just giving figure 2. Okay, then I'm just adding figure 1. Okay, figure 1. I don't want this legend and all. Let me remove the grids and all. Let me execute the code. You just see there are 2 figures. Okay, intentionally I added the first plot cosine signal as figure 2. Okay, you just see figure 2, it is cosine signal, figure 1, okay, figure 1 it is a sinusoidal signal, figure 1 is a sinusoidal signal. Okay, if I can close these figures, you might have noticed every time I was closing the figure. Okay, instead I can also use, suppose if I want to close the first figure, you just give close bracket 1, hit enter, you just see the first figure has closed. Okay, the first figure is sinusoidal signal. You can also close, if you want you can close the second figure, close to. Okay, all the figures are closed here. Okay, let us go for a small exercise. Okay, I want to use before going for the exercise, I will also highlight what is a subplot. Okay, so now using figure I can plot, okay, sine and cosine in different figure windows. Okay, but I want both in one figure but not overlaid. I want something like this. Here I need the cosine signal, here I need a sine signal. So you can go for subplots. Again, this is similar to MATLAB. Okay, you can go for subplot. Okay, so it's something like you are dividing the figure window 1 row and 2 columns. Okay, so the first input is 1 row, 2 columns. In that first figure is cosine. Okay, similarly subplot 1 comma 2 comma 2. In that second figure is sine. So before plotting sine, you need to add this subplot. Before plotting the cosine, you need to add this subplot. Alternatively, you can also try like this. Okay, this is the figure window. I want figure something like this. So now it is 2 rows and 1 columns. So here I need to give 2 comma 1, 2 comma 1. Okay, in that first figure, second figure. Let us try these two things. I don't want figure. Let me comment that subplot 2 1 1, subplot 2 1 2. Okay, execute. You can see, okay, 2 rows 1 column. First one is cosine signal, second one is sinusoidal signal. So you can individually add X label, Y label, title, all those things. Okay, I'm not doing that here. I suppose I can also try the other one. 1 2 1 1 2 2. Okay, let me execute this. You just see 1 row 2 columns. Okay, this is how subplot is used. Let us try this particular example. Okay, I have X from -5 to +5. Okay, this is my X, -5 to +5. So the first plot is Y is equal to 2x plus 3. Second one is Y is equal to 2 minus 0.5x. Okay, 2 minus 0.5x. We need to plot this. Okay, these two things in separate figure windows. We need to plot this in separate figure windows, and we need to annotate with x-intercept and y-intercept. Okay, x-intercept and y-intercept. So let us practice this. We'll go for we'll go for Python. First one is 2x plus 3. Okay, so let me change linspace -5 to +5. Let me take there are 100 data points. That's okay. So I'm going to use figure 1, figure 2. Okay, I don't want subplots. I don't want subplots. The first one is 2x plus 3, 2 star x plus 3. Okay, second one is 2 minus 0.5x. 2 minus 0.5 star x. Okay, you just see I got two figures. Now I need to annotate the x intercept and y intercept. For the first one, okay, for this particular function, in order to get the x intercept, substitute y equal to 0. When you substitute y equal to 0, this is 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. So 2x is equal to minus 3, x is equal to minus 1.5. So x intercept minus 1.5 comma 0. Okay, to get the y intercept, put x is equal to 0. Okay, when I substitute x is equal to 0 here, I will get y equal to 3. So 0 comma 3 is the y intercept. Okay, let me verify. You just see for the first one, x intercept minus 1.5 comma 0, minus 1.5 comma 0, y intercept 0 comma 3. So let me use annotate. Okay, I'll go for Python code. First figure, annotate. So we know that in string format we need to give x intercept. Okay, x intercept comma xy, within round bracket we need to give the values minus 1.5 comma 0, minus 1.5 comma 0. The same way, annotate y intercept. Okay, it is 0 comma 3. Okay, let us plot this. You just see that x intercept and y intercept, they are available here. Okay, they are available here. Similarly, we can go for the next function. The next function is y is equal to 2 minus 0.5x. So when I substitute when I substitute y equal to 0 for x intercept, it is 2 minus 0.5x, that is equal to 0, 2 equal to 0.5x. So x is equal to 4. So 4 comma 0, that is the x intercept. Y intercept. Okay, when I substitute, I need to substitute x is equal to 0, so y equal to 2. So 0 comma 2 is the y intercept. Okay, let me verify. 4 comma 0, 0 comma 2. Okay, 4 comma 0, 0 comma 2. So let me add those things here. First one, 4 comma 0. Four comma 0, 0 comma 2. Okay, let me run the code. You just see the corresponding x intercept and y intercept has come. Okay, so already we discussed x label and y label. I'll stop here. We'll discuss some more concepts in plot in the next video. I'll stop here. Thank you.